Have you ever heard that old song by Neil Young, Heart of Gold? What a foolish song. Searching for a heart of gold. Why? How about you stop searching for a heart of gold and start seeking the heart of God? What is it with this world? You evil people. Evil people love disguising themselves as good people, as hopeless romantic people. People that just want to love, right? The hippie movement. They love to think of themselves as good people because they were anti-corporate, anti-this. And while that is true that they were anti the system, they were still wicked in their own sense because they were not faithful to God. They were promiscuous. They were doing all kinds of things, mind-exploding drugs. You name it. The Lord is not on your side nor on your enemy's side. He is on His side. And the system is designed that way that no matter which side you choose, it's not going to be the Lord's side. You are immersed and surrounded by deception, no matter what form of it. You could be, like I said, on the hippie, or you could be on the corporate, or you could be on the athlete, makes no difference. It's all still the system that has one purpose, and that is to distract you and to keep you away from God. And that's the end of it. The system knows, because the system is a spiritual entity composed of many different parts. 7 heads, 10 horns. It's more than just one guy. It's a whole operation. It's gonna get you. Yeshua said it to deceive even the elect if possible. The great deception, the great falling away from faith. Well, what is this whole secularization of the world if not falling away from faith? You don't even think about it because you were born in it, but in the days of Yeshua, when he was actually preaching this, there was no such thing. Everyone knew there is a God. They just didn't know which one necessarily, right? The pagans and the polytheistics. But every Jew, every son of Israel knew. You look at Israel today, the majority of Israel are atheists, secularists. God is completely removed from the equation. And the only time he is mentioned is in some dry, ritualistic, religious ceremony with no spirit and no true faith, just out of tradition and customs. That's about it. You see it all the time. God bless America. What are you talking about? Which God? And why are you even talking about God when you're evil, the most vile nation on the planet? You're talking about God bless America? The deception is so powerful. Even when you follow this pop culture, even when you follow those nice, beautiful melodies that talk about love and talk about... It's still not leading you to salvation. You're still going to end up dying in your sin and being judged and condemned. When Yeshua was talking about all of these things, remember, he wasn't talking about things yet to come as of today. He was talking about things yet to come as of his day. That was 2,000 years ago. The vast majority of things you read about in Revelation have already happened. Too many Christians, you're so out of it, you're so worldly in the way you conduct your lives. You're still waiting for something to happen. You don't realize that the churches that you go to are a part of the system. They don't teach you repentance of sin. They don't teach you to obey God's mitzvot, His commandments, to actually do what He told you to do. To keep the Shabbat day holy, to not eat unclean meats. We talked about this many times. Read Isaiah 66. See what it says about eating bacon and pork and ham. Isaiah 66, it's so plain, but most Christians in America eat bacon and celebrate on Sunday instead of Shabbat. You have been deceived, the Antichrist system. Yeshua said, Not anyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Such a powerful statement. He said, only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. What is to do his will? To keep his commandments. Yeshua said, if you love me, keep my commandments. In the letter of James, it says, this is how we know we are in Yeshua, if we do what he says, if we keep his commandments. Yeshua said in Matthew 5, verse 17, I did not come to abolish the Torah, but to fulfill it. Not the smallest letter or a stroke of a pen will be removed from the Torah until everything is accomplished. Nothing has been done away with, but that is what they teach you, because you again have been deceived already. You're already born in the system. You're so deceived that you don't even know it. Like I said, this was said 2,000 years ago. A lot has happened. The falling away from faith, yeah, Darwin started that movement. Well, he didn't start it, but he sure catapulted it. The world as you see it now is not run under God and by faith, even though they might quote a few verses here and there. The world is secular. It runs its own. It is its own God. Signs and wonders to deceive people? Well, that is modern medicine, modern science, all of that, technology that you see. When you hear deception, don't think like a magic trick, like, whoa, how did they do that? No. Deception as in anything to distract you, to keep you away from serving the Lord. You're deceived into following these practices, like King Asa in 2 Chronicles 16. Even when he was dying and sick, he did not turn to the Lord, but to his what? The physicians. Many people nowadays, they're so deceived, they will go to the doctors first. They will put their trust in medicine, in the MRI technology, in the CAT scans, in the X-ray. You put your trust in the system, in the technology, you get a prosthetic, whatever. Now, nothing wrong with it necessarily, except when you put your trust in it. If the Lord tells you to do it, great, but why don't you go to Him first? Seek His counsel, His advice, see what He says to do. He might tell you to do this, He might tell you to do something else. He might just heal you altogether without you doing anything. It all comes down to trust and to seek in His heart. If you seek God's heart, you will do what He says. No problem. You will love Him with all your heart, all your mind, all your being, and everything else will take care of itself. Because it wouldn't matter if you're used to your traditions. It wouldn't matter if you've grown up having a Christmas tree. If you love the Lord and now you realize that is a violation, no problem. You stop doing it. If you love bacon, you've been eating it all your life, but now you realize, oh, actually I'm not supposed to have that? No problem. I'm gonna cut it off my diet. Because it's not about the bacon, it's about God. It's about what is more important to you. And if you truly love the Lord with all your heart, surely He is more important. So you really tell on yourself. You can't hide, the falling away from faith. You see it everywhere. Not just in Israel. You see it the whole world, in the Christian diaspora, even in Islam. A lot of secularized Islams, Muslims, you look at Dubai and Saudi Arabia, they're godless. I'll take the Sunnis and the Shiites, the extreme faithful ones, every day before I take those whatever in Saudi Arabia. What are they doing over there in Dubai? Godlessness. Godless. So like I said, stop searching for a heart of gold, you gold diggers, and start seeking the heart of God. The end is coming so quickly. And it's not about knowing it. It's not about understanding prophecy. It is about just seeking the heart of God and walking in His statutes. Doing what He says, keeping His commandments, purifying your minds, your heart, being holy and righteous. In increasing measure daily, meaning you're better today than you were the day before. Every day. Stay on the path. Grow. You're not supposed to be a part of this world. You're not supposed to go to Disneyland, and you're not supposed to celebrate all of these pagan holidays. You're not supposed to blend in. This is what the people of the world do. Like Yeshua said, they will eat and drink and marry and given into marriage. They will buy and sell. But you stay on your guard as a good and faithful servant, waiting for your master's return. He said, let me find you busy. He doesn't want to find you in a barbecue with your cousins getting drunk on a Sunday afternoon, or even worse, on Shabbat. Be faithful. Be loyal. Be ready. You have oil in your vessel, and your lamp trimmed and burning. You'll be ready when the bridegroom comes. You have oil in your vessel, and your lamp trimmed and burning. You'll be ready when the bridegroom comes. No, I would not be a sinner, and I'll tell you the reason why. I'm afraid, my Lord, He will call on me, and I would not be ready to die. You gotta be ready. Be in your best behavior. You gotta be ready. He's coming. He is coming.